Okay, everyone, it's Tony week, and it's time for us to figure out who's going to win awards this Sunday. So let's do all the main categories. Joanne, what's the first category we're going to do?
Let's start with Best Featured Actor in a Musical.
Okay.
Wow.
So the nominees are Coleman Domingo, Adam Godley, John Larroquette, Forrest McClendon, Rory O'Malley. What do you think, Kathy?
Larroquette.
You think Larroquette?
Yes.
Why him?
It's a good way to honor How to Succeed.
Okay.
He's a known quantity. He's very courageous to come and do this on Broadway, to sing and dance. And none of the others are shoe-ins.
My gut reaction is Rory O'Malley, because I have to say, when I saw that show, The Book of Mormon, I had no idea who he was. For me, he kind of stole the show in a really small role. So I'm sort of leaning towards him. Anyone else like Rory or the King?
I think Rory, but I'm leaning towards Adam winning.
Adam Godley. Anything
I think
goes.
so. I think he'll win it. He steals the whole show pretty much, and that's hard to do when you're in the scene with Sutton Foster.
Right. Mr. Glikas?
I think it's going to be John Larroquette.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Who else thinks Larroquette?
Larroquette.
Let's take a quick vote. Larroquette, hands. 4, Rory O'Malley. 3, and 1 for Godley. All right, there you have it. So in other words, we have no idea. Pick a category, Gemma.
Let's go to featured actress in a musical.
In a musical.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me remind everybody quickly. We got Laura Benanti, Tammy Blanchard, Victoria Clark, Nikki M. James, and Patti LuPone. What do you think, Jenny?
Laura.
Laura
Laura.
Benanti. Hilarious.
Absolutely Laura. She did what Katie Finneran did last year. She has like that 15 minutes where it's like all about her, and that's what you remembered at the end of the show. That's what you remember now, however many months later.
Seems like don't tell that to Patti LuPone.
Love Patty, love Patty,
Love
too.
Patti. Love
It's
Patti.
usually always Patty for me, but I think it's Laura this year. I saw it when the first time I saw it. It was like, wow, Tony.
I think Patty would vote for Laura.
Right.
I think Patty would vote for Laura
absolutely.
too. Absolutely.
Well, who else? What about Nikki M.
I
James?
think Nikki's got a shot. Nikki's is more of kind of the heart of the show. Everyone else is very funny and comical, but she's more of the grounds than with her.
Well, she has that beautiful ballad that's different than anything else on the show.
Yeah, she was the musical theater moment.
Right.
But man, I want to see Tammy Blanchard talk. I want to hear her speech so bad.
We all love Tammy Blanchard.
We have a thing.
So, Nikki Clark, Patti LuPone. Good to be. It's an honor to be nominated this year.
Exactly.
3 of them already have one, so I mean, but why not give an extra earring to Laura? You know.
Extra earring.
Does she wear them as earrings?
That'd be one heavy earring.
Patty has 2.
So how many people think
She
Laura's
has
going to win?
3.
Laura
I would like to see
Benanti.
Laura win.
Laura Benanti.
Laura.
Laura Benanti. And you think
Nikki
Nikki?
some love. Why not?
All right. Well, I think it could be a surprise win. I mean, she definitely has a great shot. I'm going to pick the next category. Let's talk about revival of a play. So we got Arcadia, The Importance of Being Earnest, The Merchant of Venice, and The Normal Heart. Kathy Henderson. What do you think?
Until Christmas, I would have said The Merchant of Venice was a lock.
Yeah.
But now I think The Normal Heart is going to take it away. There's a lot of sentiment about The Normal Heart.
I think people are discovering what a great play it is for some reason. You know, even though it's been around forever, and the last revival off Broadway, everybody loved the play then. But yeah, I agree. I think it's definitely Normal Heart.
There's a new generation seeing it. I've never, which is gonna sound terrible, but I've never really heard of the Normal Heart.
You are that generation.
I know, I'm that generation and newish to the city, so I guess it's kind of a citizen too. But I think Normal Heart for sure.
It still feels so huge, and it still feels very relevant, and I think it would be a good way to honor it, especially since it was never eligible for Best Play.
Right.
It's 2.5 hours, but it feels like I guess it feels like 90 minutes.
It's a great ensemble. Great performances from everybody.
Okay, so while we're on the topic of great performances in plays, let's talk about leading actor in a play. So we have Joe Mantello, Al Pacino, Mark Rylance, Bobby Cannavale, and Brian Bedford. Does Joe Mantello, who already has Tony Awards for directing, have a chance of winning an acting Tony?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Sure. I hope.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's kind of the sentimental favorite. I mean, Bobby Cannavale, it'd be great to see Bobby Cannavale win.
Love him.
But-
And you can't rule out
He'd
Mark
have a great
Rylance.
speech.
Yeah, is Mark Rylance the front runner?
I think it's split between Rylance and Mantello. I would give it to Bobby Cannavale. I think he's amazing, and I think he does a great job originating a role.
Right.
But That's a really tight race.
I think Rylance has won all the awards coming up to this, but in the back of people's minds, this may be the last time that they can ever honor Mantello as an actor, because he probably won't act again on stage. He'll go back to directing. But also, Rylance did 2 performances this year, so by voting for that, they're kind of throwing in the bet as well. So I think it will be Rylance, even though it will be a tough
And you
race.
can't.
What do you think, Gemma?
I think Joe Mantello. There is such a wash of theater community love towards the show and towards him and the whole ensemble. I think it's going to be Mantello.
I'm personally going with Rylance. I think it's the kind of the boring choice at this point, but I think the Tonys are kind of boring. No, I don't. I mean, it's rare that there's a big surprise.
Right.
It's rare, it ends up usually being the predictable person, so I would bet on
And they
Rylance.
only like to surprise
But I
one
would
time.
love to see Bobby Cannavale or Joe Mantello win. Okay, so while we're talking about the normal heart, let's talk about featured actress in a play. Because we have Ellen Barkin making her Broadway debut, Edie Falco, Judith Light, Joanna Lumley, and Elizabeth Rodriguez. What do you think, Jenny?
It's so hard, man. Awards love Edie Falco. Every awards, I mean, she wins everything. So I think it's gonna be her. But I personally think I would give it to Elizabeth Rodriguez. Don't know where she came from. I know she's been in the world forever, but I just couldn't stop watching her that whole time. And she really I would give it to her, but I think it's gonna be Edie.
What about you, Kathy?
I think Edie's going to win. Unless the voters remember Swoosie Kurtz's performance in the same play 25 years ago. And Swoosie was so unbelievable.
And Swoosie won a Tony?
She did win,
Did-
the
right.
same part.
Right.
I wouldn't count out Ellen Barkin, honestly.
I think it is Ellen Barkin.
Me too.
So what do you think? You think Ellen Barkin?
I think I probably would say Ellen. Well, these two roles too are almost completely different, because Ellen has her huge speech where she gets to be very showy and vocal, where Edie sits in a chair crazy and is very subdued and is very good at it. So it's either showy or more calm. I think Ellen.
I mean, Ellen has the best role in normal. I mean, that role is incredible, right? I mean, that's why Barbara Streisand wanted to do it.
I really do.
I think it's definitely Ellen Barkin.
Me too.
For me, it's a
Broadway
lock.
debut.
It seems to be
Edie.
going that way.
I think it's between Elizabeth Rodriguez and Ellen Barkin.
So you're going with
Upset.
the photographer's love, Elizabeth Rodriguez.
She's amazing. They were all amazing. in
Yeah,
the show.
great category. Judith Light is amazing. As
I
well.
would love Judith Light to win, just out of nowhere, boom.
Okay, let's do a big one. Let's talk about best play. So we got Good People, Jerusalem, The Mother with the Hat, and War Horse. What do you think, Beth?
I think War Horse is going to win, and I think it's unfortunate because I think that the voters are going to mistake a production for a play. I think it's beautifully produced, beautifully directed, and it's the text, the script. I'd vote for Mother the Hat or Good People over that. But that's what I think will
I
win.
agree
It's
with
won a lot of
Beth.
It's won a lot of awards.
The production of War Horse is what people are going to be facing.
It would be funny if Mother with the Hat won, just so they could say it. You know, they have to bleep it. That'd
Like
be
we
funny.
say it.
Like we say it, yeah.
Just say it.
And Good People has a shot too. I mean, David Lindsay Bear is a very well-respected playwright. They're very well-crafted plays this year.
I'm not on the Good People bandwagon. I'll say it.
I am on the good
I am
people
on
bandwagon. I love
So
it.
who wants
I'm
Good
on
People
that
to win?
wagon.
Who wants Good People to win?
I want.
Well, I love War Horse too, but with that argument.
Am I the only Jerusalem voter?
Yes.
I really enjoyed it.
I loved it.
Oh,
my
enjoyed it.
God, give me like a 3-hour sweeping English. And absolutely.
I enjoyed it a lot.
I loved it as well. I liked Good People more, but I think people will recognize Rylance for Jerusalem instead of the play.
Who wishes Mother would win?
Me, I'm a big Mother fan.
Nice.
Who thinks War Horse will win?
You know what's interesting though? They've never brought the author of War Horse has never
Where is he?
been here.
Of the
Nick
novel.
Does he
Stafford.
exist?
They bring the author of the novel, the children's novel,
Right.
and who's wonderful. But it is interesting to think that something would win Best Play, and the author was not there on opening night and really hasn't talked about it.
Speaking of people that don't do press, Frances McDormand is nominated for leading actress in a play, alongside Nina Arianda, Lily Rabe, Vanessa Redgrave, and Hannah Yealand. So, Michael, who's going to win?
I think it'll be Frances. I think Nina has a shot, and it's a great, kind of Star is Born story. She's got her Broadway debut, but it hasn't been the biggest hit, so I think it's not in the top of people's minds. So I think it'll be Frances.
Now, Frances doesn't do interviews, but does she do acceptance speeches? We'll find out.
She did for her Oscar.
We shall find out.
So,
I don't think you can count out Lily Rabe.
I don't
thought she
want
was-
to
Lily
count
Ray
out
felt
Lily
like a
Ray.
front runner for
Yeah,
most
wild.
of the season.
We're saying that about Mervyn all
Julie
along.
Ray.
I said that during the
Wonderful.
park. At the park, I was like, "Oh, move this so she can get a Tony," and then all these other.
Does she have a
ladies
shot? Bruce?
I'm voting for Lily Ray.
You're not a Tony voter anymore.
I'm just saying.
They've stripped us of our Tony voting.
My crown is
By proxy.
half on, but I'm voting for.
You would vote for Lily Ray. So who thinks Frances McDormand is winning? Who do you think's winning? Winning.
One of 5.
All right, let's do a big one. Let's do leading actor in a musical. So we have Norbert Leo Butz, Josh Gad, Joshua Henry, Andrew Rannells, and Tony Sheldon.
This is a tough category.
This category breaks my heart.
It's Norby.
I think Norbert Leo Butz
I would
is
love
giving
to
one of the most astonishing performances
Yes, totally.
currently, and I think he's going to win. I would love to see Tony Sheldon win. I think he is the heart of Priscilla, but I think ultimately Norbert has his second Tony Award. Who else thinks Norbert?
Norbert for sure.
I don't know.
What do you think, Beth?
There's a lot of love for Norbert. I love him. But I don't know. I just have a little buzz around Tony
I feel like
Sheldon.
Norbert has more. I thought
Buzzer.
Norbert had more of a presence in the show than Tony Sheldon does, even though it's probably kind of convoluted because it's probably more me than them. But
Well,
More-
Norbert has a show-stopping
he does have a
number.
show-stopping
Right.
I mean, that number is incredible.
Incredible.
Those Mormons are gonna split each other.
I don't.
Yeah,
I think
Mormons.
everyone's just assuming that though. I
So-
feel like anytime there's a
Which
double
Mormon?
category, you
So who
always
has a
just-
better
It's-
chance of the two, Michael?
I think Josh Gad has a higher profile and his role is more showy. I would love to see Andrew get it. I think he's perfect as the cheery Mormon. Just
He really
nails
is great.
it.
He really does.
But
They're all great. Okay, so let's talk about the ladies. Leading actress in a musical. So we have Sutton Foster, only 4. Sutton Foster, Beth Level, Patina Miller, and Donna Murphy. I mean, I think this is Sutton Foster's chance to win another Tony Award. I love Patina Miller. I think Beth Level and Donna Murphy are terrific, but I don't think it's not about them this year. I think it's between Sutton and Patina. I think Patina is this year's Sutton Foster,
that's right.
being the
Right.
newcomer.
Right.
But I think ultimately Sutton Foster is doing what everybody wants her to do. She did all these, she did Young Frankenstein and Shrek, and now she's doing a classic musical theater role. She's showing
She's
all her
running the
talents,
show.
and it's a chance to give her love again.
Yeah.
And she's
Who else
taken this
agrees?
role that is such a well-known role, but she's still Sutton Foster. You know, she's not doing anything. She's not doing anything brassy. I mean, she is, but she's like lovable and so talented, and in one of the most beloved shows of all time ever. And she's tapping her ass off for like 25 minutes. The Sutton Shuffle, shuffle all the way to the Tony Awards. She's, it's hers. I would be really surprised if it's not.
What do you think, Joanne Villani?
I think it's probably another year for Sutton.
Kathy?
I don't know.
Who do you think?
I'm going to go out on a limb and say Patina,
Okay.
just for the hell of it.
I think this.
Look, it's happened, and Bruce and I have talked about this. It's happened in the past. The year Adina won. and
Everyone thought
the
Tony
year
was
that LaShawne's won. It was kind of like there are shakeups in this.
I think it's Sutton's, but I also think that voters who want to acknowledge Sister Act, this is the category to do
Right,
it.
right.
Because with Mormon in charge of everything else, there's very few spaces, and it's her Broadway debut. She's fantastic. It's a very showy
She's
role.
fabulous, baby.
She's fabulous, baby.
Baby.
She carries that
And-
show on her back.
She
And
does.
Whoopi Goldberg, not only is she filling those shoes, but she has Whoopi overseeing her filling those
Right.
shoes as a producer, and she's done a great job doing it.
So what do you think, Bruce?
I would like a 4-way tie, of course. But I think Kathy's right. Patina has a certain fever that Sutton doesn't, because it's a different kind of role.
Right.
And you're right. Patina is this year's Sutton Foster, even including that she was understudy originally, like way back.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
This is her whole
So
story.
I want them all to win, but I think that Sutton might pull it out. Don't be surprised if you see Patina.
Let's get through the rest. So we got featured actor in a play: Mackenzie Crook, Billy Crudup, John Benjamin Hickey, Ariane Moayed, I said it right, and Yul Vasquez.
Man, that is a.
Who's got it? Bruce Glikas.
I would like to see, not a tie this time. I think Hickey. Hickey deserves it. I think Hickey's pretty amazing.
I think he's in the role that you win awards for.
Right.
Because it's the
Yeah.
heart of the show. So I think that he has an advantage there. I think he's going to win.
I think it's Hickey. But
Not to take away from his talents, but
No,
it's also
but-
a great
but
role.
I also
Just like Angel and Rent was going to win a Tony. What do you think, Gemma?
Hickey.
Kathy?
They can't all win. Mantello and Ellen and John Benjamin Hickey. So it depends on where the chips fall.
I think out of the three of them, though, this is the most likely one for them. I would love to give a shout out to Arian Moayed and see him take it. I think he does some really emotional stuff on stage, but
Yeah.
like you said, I think this is the role in the emotional show. He's a longtime veteran. Everyone loves him.
Yes, he's beloved in the community.
Mhm.
That counts for a lot, and deservedly so.
Who's picking Hickey? Hands.
I think.
Hands up for Hickey. Hickey. It's unanimous for Hickey.
And thus, Yul Vasquez will win.
Unless Yul Vasquez.
Love him.
Love him.
It would be fun if Yul and Elizabeth Rodriguez both won,
I would be
right?
thrilled.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, we have a couple more. So let's okay. Best revival of a musical. This is tough. There's only 2 shows. Anything Goes and How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying. They're both great productions. I think Anything Goes has more fever now, doesn't it?
It has,
Yeah.
it's won more
It's
awards.
favorite.
It got better reviews.
I'm a bigger fan of How to Succeed.
Yes.
I love How to
It's a beautiful,
How to Succeed.
fun production.
Yeah.
I think it's a great production. I mean,
I think there's-
everyone
I think
seems to
they
be
both-
saying Anything Goes is going to win at
I
this
think
point.
they're gonna give it to Anything
I
Goes.
think that they both do such a great job at exactly what they do. It's a 30s musical and it is a 60s musical, and it is exactly what you want from both of them. So I
Right.
think it's really, and they both have wonderful stars. Dan Radcliffe is really pulling it out, I think, even though he
Deserved a
is
nomination.
noticeably
Yes,
absent
certainly
from this list. He's really turning in a great performance, and Larroquette is great.
Bruce,
We're
what do you
all
think's going to win?
anything goes.
Kathy,
How to Succeed.
Joanne?
Darn it.
I would like to see How to Succeed.
what do you think will win?
Anything Goes is probably going to win.
Michael,
I would like to see How to Succeed, but I think it'll be Anything Goes.
Anything Goes, Anything Goes, Anything Goes. It's so that we're saying for the most
I'm
part.
saying they're going to give it to Anything Goes. I would like to see How to Succeed. Anything Goes.
I would absolutely vote for How to Succeed if they would let me vote. Okay, so the final prediction is also the final word of the night. Best musical. So we have Catch Me If You Can, Sister Act, The Book of Mormon, and The Scottsboro Boys. Is it a lock for Book of Mormon?
Yes.
Okay, so Book of Mormon is nominated for how many?
14.
How many is it going to win? Is it going to win book and score?
I think it's a tight race for score, even though it seems like Book of Mormon will get it. There might be a sentimental vote for Candor and Ebb to get it for Scottsboro Boys.
I want to vote for Mark Shaman and Scott Whitman for Catch Me If You Can for Best Score. That's
They're
not
not
nominated. So, does anyone else think it's score? Do you think that's a lock for
Yes.
Book of Mormon?
I think
It's
so.
very
I think
lucky.
there is that thing in people's minds about John Cantor and Fred App, but the momentum of the show carrying and sweeping everything through, I think they'll get that too.
Do we like any of the other musicals? What do you guys think? Is there anyone that you wish was winning? Or
I really-
I love Catch Me If You Can. I
As
love
do
Sister
I.
Act.
Catch Me.
They're all great.
I
They're all
love
great
Sister
shows.
Act.
I
Love
loved Scottsboro Boys.
I did
Actually,
too, but I
absolutely
love
loved it.
Book
I mean, I know
of
it's not
Mormon,
gonna happen,
so-
but
What would be the Tony moment, the best Tony moment that could happen? Everyone, what's the one thing you want to see? Who's the one person you want to see up there?
I just want to see one tie.
You want to see it? That never happens.
I just want to see a tie.
oh,
Shake it up a little bit.
Kathy, what would make you really happy Sunday night?
Joe Mantello. That's the main one.
Okay. Joanne?
I'm similar. I think Joe Mantello or John Benjamin Hickey getting a Tony would be great.
How to Succeed, because I think that Anything Goes has been the lock for so much other stuff that it would be a surprise to see them. And because Daniel didn't get his acknowledgement, at least, so
Right.
there's that.
What do you think, John?
I think it'd be awesome to see Roy O'Malley get the Tony. I mean, he would
I think
have.
you may see him win.
Oh my god, I think you may too. But I think it would be probably one of the best moments because he
Also-
would just be.
Can I change right now? I don't care. I just want to see Trey Parker and Matt Stone on stage. Anytime they say anything, they are hilarious, and I have been obsessed with them since the day South Park started. So I think they deserve all the accolades they're getting.
What do you think, John?
Would make me really happy is if Lily Ray won. I would love to see Lily. She was just radiant. in that role. And she's gonna look great because she does fashion like nobody's business. She's gonna look awesome. She was wonderful in the show, and it would just
It would
be
be emotional.
tears of plenty.
Yes,
It would
yeah.
be. I would love to see Lily win. That would make me.
Beth.
I want to see the mother hat win. It would just make me happy. It was so well written, and everyone did a great job. Even Chris Rock, who wasn't acknowledged here, but he did a great job, and I would be so thrilled.
I just want tears. I want crying. I want to cry with them. I want Norbert to win. I want Norbert to cry. I want
Lily Ray to
Ray-
win.
I
What are the biggest cries?
I mean, there's a lot of sad stories this year with certain nominees. I just love emotions. If Sutton Foster wins, she better cry. I want
Laura
tears.
Benanti would probably cry.
Laura Benanti, come on, bring it out.
Some
Let's just do it. So
Makes it
let's hope for a Tony night filled with a lot of tears and cheers and people we like winning.
Yes.
Yay.
Cool. Happy Tony night.